Welcome back everybody, it's Graybeard again. I've got a little upgrade video for you today on my Ultra Limited. What we've got going, finally they've showed up from Mustang Motorcycle Seats. This is their Deluxe Touring. This is one after a lot of research and decision making, we decided to go with the Deluxe. There's a lot thicker padding and reach around on the armrest for the back rest for the rider. A little bit lower stance than stock, wider where it needs to be, narrow where it needs to be. The feel of this feels just like leather. It is vinyl. There's going to be a video that I'll try to link below in the description of another channel that did a great tour of the the Mustang Motorcycle Seat Factory that shows you from beginning to end on how these seats are manufactured and how they're designed. Great group of people there. I've had a Mustang seat in the past for a Sportster. It's been about 10-12 years and the thing is just like brand new, so I'm looking forward to getting this one on. If you take a look at the stock seat, this is what comes on the stock Ultra. This has probably got to be the most uncomfortable seat that I have ever ridden on for any length of time. There's a really low cut here for your leg side. Makes it a little bit easier to reach the ground for those people with shorter legs, considering the Ultra sits higher off the ground than your standard FL models. But after a while, as you can see right here, it's almost like sitting on a 2x4 after about 100 miles. I'm just not at all happy with this factory seat. So we're going to do this upgrade over here to the Deluxe and see how that goes. So first thing you need to do, of course, you have back here behind the seat a single Phillips head screw that you remove from here, which I've already removed. And you just lift up on the seat, pull it to the rear, and off it goes. Now, if like mine, or factory, with backrest, you may have a bracket such as this right here. It'll be sitting on your fender. You need to remove any brackets that you have for backrest for the seat to clear. It's important that this seat has plenty of room to set down and sit directly on the fender. Let's see what you get here. They're wrapped nicely. Great instructions, very simple. I mean, they're so simple that even a monkey like myself can do this. Neat thing, they invite you to come and visit their factory for a tour. I have not seen very many other manufacturers that actually invite you to come and see how they do things. Same thing here with the seat itself, real simple instructions on how to remove the stock seat. Then on the back side of this sheet is on how to install it. Let me show you the quality of these seats compared to some others I've seen out on the market. Like I said, the texture and the feel feels just like leather. We'll flip it over here. One thing I love is that their covers are actually riveted. A lot of seats that I've seen, they actually use staples. Just for an example. Oh Lord, let me get it here. Here's the factory seat from Harley. Check that out. Staples that not much bigger than what you would use on paper. These here, let's see, this bike is about 8 years old now. It looks like some of these staples are actually starting to show some signs of rust. A couple of them have actually pulled through the vinyl already. Look at this, the stitching is already trying to come apart. Real cheap ABS formed shell. The only rivet on this seat is basically where these brackets are mounted onto the shell. And you go over here to the Mustang seat. Nice heavy duty shell. Everything. This is the back side of the backrest mount. It is bolted and riveted with heavy duty rivets. The opening for the backrest to slide through. And everywhere are the foam supports are riveted in. Your brackets are riveted. Nice heavy thick steel. Rubber bumpers, even they're riveted on. Declaration of your warranty. So this particular one, the model number is 79006. It is for 08 and up FLs and trikes. and each one has a serial number, so they can more than likely look this number up and be able to tell you when it was manufactured and probably for whom. And there's a notice here. Of course, that's your crazy California warning. And the best part of all, made in the USA. All right, so let me get this camera set up here and I'll show you how we get this thing installed. All right, boys and girls. Installation of this seat is pretty much straightforward. You have one screw that holds it in place. You have a bracket here in the front of the seat that goes onto your hook here on the frame, just on the back side of your tank. And then your screw mount in the back. Make sure all your brackets are removed. If you have the factory backrest or any aftermarket backrest, make sure all your wiring is cleared where it doesn't get pinched. Oh, it is absolutely hot here in Texas. Humidity is through the roof and we are burning up. Lord, give us some rain. All right, so you need to get your seat lined up here with the bracket and that tang. Push it forward until it locks in. Make sure your rear bolt snaps in place. It's nice and solid. And all you have to do is come down here and get your screw put back in place. Make sure it's nice and tight, secure, and there it is. That's all there is to that. Plain and simple. Now we're going to see about changing out this backrest. All right, here we go. Here's inside the trunk. We have 3 nuts that we need to remove. These are 13 millimeter or 1/2 inch. Let's get them off. Last one. And this pulls right out. Show the difference in the quality of the build here. Have a little plastic bracket here, a real thin shell, everything's stapled together. Plastic mounts here. Not the greatest of quality, Harley. Come on. Real super thin vinyl. Doesn't look like it's going to hold up all that great. Now here we have the Mustang. A lot better heavy duty. Everything's riveted in place, much thicker vinyl. You're going to need, as I said, 1/2 inch, 13 millimeter to remove the old one. You're going to need 7/16 socket or wrench to remove the hardware from your new one from Mustang. And I did notice it's great in the instructions that this is stainless steel hardware, which I love. Nice rubber bumpers on the back side. This particular item is 79014. Is for the deluxe 14 to 16 year model FLs. Okay, it's very, very important because a lot of people aren't aware that the Rushmore models in 14, they redesigned the trunks to quite a bit. All right, so we're going to line this one up with the holes. This top one up here before I end up dropping this thing. That would not be good. This top one started. last one. There it is. Washer. Drop my nut down in here. Great, where'd it go? There it is. All right, we'll switch this over to our 7/16. Snug these down. There it is. That's all there is to it, folks. 3 simple bolts to take off and 3 to put on. All right, well, here we have it, folks. Now I have the backrest installed and the seat. Seems to me like this is a lot thicker than stock. Wraparound's a little bit further. Just to let you know that Mustang uses their own proprietary foam mix. If you go and watch that video I mentioned on the tour of their factory, that's explained there, and they also explain why they do not put gel in their seats. A lot of the customers have requested it, and they tell you why it's not a good idea, and it makes perfect sense. In the summertime, the gel will hold heat, and in the wintertime, that gel will hold cold. And they've done extensive research on their seats, and the vinyl they've decided to use is that one of the reasons is not just durability and the fact that it is waterproof, is the fact that this vinyl they use does not hold heat and does not hold cold the way leather would. But if you were just to come up and not tell anybody and they feel this, I swear you'd almost swear up and down that it was leather. I love this lower profile here in the front. It doesn't kick up like the way the factory seat does, and it looks kind of like you got a big old bucket on the factory seat. This is nice, flat and wide, and sits a little bit lower. I really like the looks of this seat. I can't wait to go out and take a ride. Seems like the passenger seat may be a little bit thicker. One thing that's nice is that these do have the accommodation brackets in here for the backrest, which I have got coming the day after tomorrow. Unfortunately, they had to manufacture it before they could send it out, so it's 2 days behind. I may do a little bit of an update once I get the backrest on and show you it and how it adjusts and installs, and then also what I think about the comfort on this, and then we'll see if we can't get some feedback from the wife when she gets a chance to go for a ride. Let's see, here we go from this side, try to get a little bit of light better on it. I think this is a real good looking seat. It complements the bike quite well. All right, folks, so I'm going to leave it at that for right now. When my backrest comes in, I'll put it on. Going to go for a couple of days ride and see how that goes, and come back with some more feedback. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to like this video. Leave me a comment if you would. Good, bad, ugly, otherwise. My camera just ain't cooperating today. I need to get some better lighting in this shop. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. See you next time.